And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands, good time spent with you. I'm sorry, I'm just really sad because I'm doing something that is not playing Super Smash Bros. Right now. What's up, guys? This is Barnman 2205, and much like Sylvester Stallone's career, I have risen again. So, funny story. A couple weeks ago, my dad's like, by the way, my friend, from a long time ago, he's coming to stay with us for, like a week or so, just because he's moving to Australia and, we're helping him out. And I'm like, cool G, week or so. That's a short break that I get from making videos. I could do with a break. That's great. Next minute, it's been nearly a month. Send help. So yeah, I have not been able to do anything in this room at all, because he's been living here. I don't know if you can see it, but the bed's still here. There's I think his bags are still in the back there, because he's gone to Perth to stay with family for Christmas, but he'll be back in the new year. Don't you worry. No, really, send help. But I finally have the room back again, and it has been my plan, my goal for this year is to finish the Leaf Green Nuzlocke by the holidays, and that was quite on track. I now have 4 days to do it, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna try though. Basically, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be coming in here and I'm just gonna be hitting the books, hitting them records, hitting them Pokemans to get it done. Yeah. I had this plan, all planned out. It was about 10 or so episodes, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish the Orange Island, the Sevi Islands, I got 5 more trails, I'm gonna sea farm, and do the water routes, and then the thing. And now my time's been cut short. I'm like, cool, we've got to get this thing done. So the plan, assuming nobody dies, well, people could die, but assuming there's no crazy epic fails and I lose the challenge, the plan is 1 episode to finish the Sevi Islands, 1 episode to fight the last gym, then there's Victory Road, and then it's Elite Four time. So 4 episodes, if all goes according to plan, that I will hopefully get recorded this week. It's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be nuts. But seeing as I have you here, and I've had a month not making videos, and just a month to play some video games, I thought I'd just give you some updates and impressions on some video games that I'm playing. So first off, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I platinumed the first 2 games, and I got about 80% the way through platinuming. Matt Damon. I got about 80% the way through platinuming. I got about 80% the way through platinuming the 3rd game. One of the trophies didn't quite pop properly. It was like, I did it and it didn't quite go, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure if I just do that challenge again, it will pop, but it just killed my motivation, because I had been playing 2 3/4 of a Spyro game, and I was just kind of fatigued at that point. But the remaster in general is really, really good. It is a strong recommend from me. It doesn't have the same issues that the Crash Bandicoot one did, where there's some minor physics problems and the levels aren't quite built to handle this and it's mismatched. It feels perfect. It's great. There are a few times where I'm like, this doesn't quite feel like the original, but that didn't get in the way, and I didn't fault it for it, because it's not like Crash, where it didn't feel like the original, but the levels are built to match the original, so it's this mishmash. No, the levels aren't one-to-one replicas, which means the physics doesn't have to be a one-to-one. They're designed to mesh together. So even when it feels different, it still feels good, and it still feels okay. And I'm okay with that, as opposed to Crash, where you're playing Crash 1 level with Crash 3 physics, and it just doesn't feel good to play. My only legitimate criticism I have with it is, much, again, like Crash 3, where the motorcycle levels were somehow even worse, the skateboarding levels in Spyro 3 are just not good. And somehow they're even worse than the original. But that's just my opinion, and that is one tiny little factor across a trilogy of great games. And, the other criticisms that I have are really just nitpicky, more preferential things. Like, I miss the goofy voice acting of the original. I think some of the bizarre character designs and the simplicity of it. It's, you know, tiny little aesthetic differences, which are more preferences than actual criticisms. Aside from the skateboard thing, it is fantastic. Absolutely recommend it. Get this game. But then I did it. I took the plunge and I got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. My brothers and I, we actually went thirds on it, so I only spent like 20 bucks on it. And we took a vote. I voted for Eevee. I was outvoted 2-1, so we got the Pikachu version. And look, it's a really good game. I know I had my doubts going into it, and I definitely have some issues with it. The catching mechanic is not good. I do not enjoy it. Just throwing Pokeballs at it is not fun. Half the time, the motion controls don't even work. So the Pokemon's over here, and I go, whoa, and the ball just flies over there. And I go, okay, that's weird. Or I go straight, and it flies off, or I go on an angle, it flies straight. And I thought the same exact intensity, and it can go 3 different directions. It can go half the way, it can go over the Pokemon, and it's not fun. It's not good. And it's incredibly easy. Was one point, you know, once you get the Pokeflute and the game opens up, that was the one point where I thought, oh, I'm actually having like tough resistance from trainers here. Although I think that's because they expected me to go straight to the Silphco, and instead I sort of went down to Fuchsia City where the trainers were tough. And then when I got around to going back to Silpho again, I was ridiculously overleveled by about 10 to 15 levels with every fight that I was going into. So, you know, the game's balancing is non-existent. It's incredibly easy until you get to the post-game. And then the whole thing they're going on about master trainers, I fought one of them. I fought the Pikachu master trainer. It one-shot me in a single attack, and I just went, nope, I don't have the time or the effort or the willpower to grind up all of my Pokemon in order to challenge these master trainers. That just doesn't sound like fun to me. But the game is really good. It's really cute. It's really charming. The whole Pokemon following you thing, I thought it was a cool feature in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I didn't miss it. I was like, I don't need this in my Pokemon games. It's a neat touch, but it adds nothing. Now that they're fully modeled, fully rendered 3D models, and they all have personalities and they move in different ways, and they, you know, you talk to them and they talk back and they have reactions and emotions. I love it. It's so good. I got a Nidoran at the start of the game. I named him George after my rabbit. He follows me everywhere. And now he's a big Nido king, and he's great, and he still follows me everywhere, and we're best buddies. And I love it. It's so cute. Even playing with the starter Pokemon, your Pikachu or your Eevee, is something that I was like, I'm never gonna do that. It's such a pointless feature. And yet, I spent a fair amount of time just patting my Pikachu. I named it after my friend Kiki. He's a Pikachu. I like poke it in the cheek, and he's like, boop, boop, boop. It's so cute. It's adorable. But yeah, you know, it's not the hardcore Pokemon game that people want it to be. And it's you know, something definitely to consider if you're thinking of getting it, is that it is not a hardcore Pokemon game. The hardcore Pokemon game is coming, and you know what, as a little side adventure project thing, this was actually pretty fun. If, you know, we get a proper Gen 8 next year, and then the year after that we get our Diamond and Pearl remakes or whatever, and then the year after that we got Let's Go Marill and Snubble or whatever, I would actually be okay with that. If this was like every couple years we get this side project thing, then I'm actually okay with that. As long as this doesn't become the main Pokemon series, then it's cool. And the Pokemon walking around the overworld is cool for what it is. As someone who likes to play Nuzlocke, it kind of breaks that for me, so, you know, it kills a lot of the replayability. Although, I do have an idea of a way I can Nuzlocke this thing that I might do on the channel at some point. Of course, I'm still finishing Leaf Green, and to go from Leaf Green straight into Let's Go is probably not a good idea, so there'll be some other stuff in the middle, but I do have an idea of how I want to do it. That's a tease for you. A little tease. But enough about Pokemon. There's one more game that I've been playing, and it's the big one. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's amazing. Mostly. I mean, as a Toon Link main, they've changed his smash attacks, and I'm not happy about it. Not happy, Sakurai! I'm kidding. Daddy Sakurai is good to us. But it's really good. It is, certainly from a multiplayer standpoint, this is the best Smash Brothers game. It's the ridiculous roster that is very well balanced. You know, from what I can tell anyway. And even looking at things online, yeah, there's a bunch of characters that are better than others, but there are a lot of characters. It's not like in like the last game where it's like Bayonetta, everyone else, or before that in Brawl it was Meta Knight, everyone else. Like there's a whole bunch of characters that are like, these are the really good ones. So even in that sense, it's well balanced and it's finely tuned. There are so many customizable options and things and stages and features and tweaks and adjustments, and it's so good. There's just so much. I've been playing with my brothers and like it's just phenomenal. Unlocking the characters is a bit of a hassle, and like you're unlocking them frequently. Like you can unlock them every 10 minutes or so, which is not long, but you have to unlock over 60 of them. So it just adds up, all of these character unlocks. It takes several hours. And the single player, I have very mixed feelings about. Classic mode is probably the best it's ever been. Each character has its own unique path that they follow, and a lot of them are themed. Like Jigglypuff is the entire 64 roster, and the final boss is a giant Donkey Kong, which is cool. Wolf's is the returning roster, where he just fights all of the characters that got cut from previous games that are back. There's bizarre ones like Yoshi's is dinosaur themed, which is whatevs. Ryu's is cool because it's all Final Destination stages and it's stamina matches, so it's basically recreating Street Fighter. It's a really cool little twist on it. I just broke a nail. Yeah. But yeah, it's really cool. World of Light, the story mode, I'm kind of split on. So it's a series of short battles, and the battles themselves are really cool. So fighting the spirits, they've sort of tweaked existing characters with like rule sets to sort of fit the characters. I'll give you an example. The Excite Bike stage, you're fighting 4 Warriors that keep spamming their side B motorcycle moves. So it's just 4 Warriors constantly on motorcycles that you have to fight. And they play the Excite Bike music, and it's crazy and it's fun. I fought Darunia from Ocarina of Time, and it's a Donkey Kong with a hammer. He starts with the hammer. There are 3 Jigglypuff that are constantly using rollout, and they're supposed to represent the boulders that are constantly around the, I was going to say Gerudo village, the Dodongo village, what are they called? Gorons! Good lord, how do I forget that? The Goron village. They're supposed to be the boulders. Meanwhile, the floor is lava, so that's because, it's a volcano. And they do really cool stuff like that. Another hilarious one is Ness's dad from Earthbound, because you never speak to him, like, he's just the phone. You only ever speak to him on the phone. So you have to fight Ness, and then you have to fight an invisible snake, because he's never there, you never see him. He's just this absent parent. So they do a lot of really cool stuff like that, and all of the battles are really cool and exciting like that, well, like 99% of them. Snorlax is another one. You fight a giant King K. Rool, and he doesn't move, he doesn't jump, he doesn't attack, he doesn't do anything, but you have it's like 30 seconds or 1 minute to knock out all of its HP. And it just sits there and just sponges all of this damage, and you have to like frantically attack. Like, it's really cool. It goes on and on and on. I've put in nearly 18 hours, I think. And it just keeps going. Like, there's the opening cutscene is really cool, and the world map is cool, but it's just battle after battle after battle after battle after battle. Unlocked a new map. Got one cutscene that was kind of underwhelming, and then it's back to battle after 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 battle. It just goes on, and I'm kind of fatigued on it. Like, I've been told that the ending is really cool, and like the final couple of fights are really awesome and a spectacle to behold. I hope I get to them soon, because good lord, I'm just fatigued and I'm just over it, and I just want to see something cool. So if you're going into this adventure mode expecting like the Subspace Emissary from Brawl, being like, all the characters are coming together and there's these cool interactions and this amazing story. It's not here. It's not. There is a story, I think. Something is happening. I don't know what, because they won't tell me. They just showed, everybody died and then turned into evil clones, and then the sky broke, and then something happened. I don't know. The bad guy isn't even the main bad guy. He just got bad guy jacked, I think. I don't know, like Ganondorf in Twilight Princess is like, you thought this guy was the villain? Lol, jokes, it's been me the whole time. some, I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. I wish I did, but I don't. Soz. But yeah, that's Super Smash Bros. Ultimately, I am really enjoying it. You know, aside from my criticisms of the single player, like, it's good single player. It just goes on and on and on and on. And it has some kind of pointless features too, like there's shops and you can train your spirits to learn new abilities. I'm like, I don't care about that. I just want to beat the final boss and be done with it. But yeah, that's enough of my ranting and raving. I'm gonna have to go shortly because I'm going Christmas shopping because I'm only halfway done and somebody's getting a milkshake machine. Who is it? I don't think they watch these videos, so I think I'm in the clear. But yes, thank you so much, guys. I am incredibly sorry that I have been dead for the past month. I'm gonna try to get this Nuzlocke challenge done. Maybe even like the final episode will go up on Christmas Day, and that'll be my Christmas present to you. This final little Nuzlocke episode all wrapped up in a bun, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm sort of back for a bit. I gotta somehow squeeze into this desk because there's a bed literally. I'm like pressed into the desk. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get that done, and then it's a whole new year after that. But thank you so much for your patience. I'm sorry, but I will see you guys very soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go get me Smash on! Ultimate Smash!